Palestinians rallied in cities across the occupied West Bank to protest against the death of Saleh al-Arouri. Demonstrations have taken place in towns and cities, including Ramallah, Arura, Jenin, Hebron and Nablus. We're going to bring in Nida Ibrahim, who's in Arura in the occupied West Bank. So the Israeli parliament may have been told not to speak about this, but a lot of Palestinians showing their emotions after the killing of Saleh al-Arouri.
Indeed, we've heard a lot of calls for revenge, and we've seen those calls for a general strike materialize today in the occupied West Bank, where Palestinians have said that all schools, public institutions will be closed to mourn the death of Saleh al-Arouri. And indeed, they've been calling it an assassination. Here in Arura, we're expecting people to go to the house of Saleh, at least the mother's house, because his house, as you can see here behind me, has been detonated by the Israeli forces when they came here at the end of October. Now, yes, Saleh al-Arouri has been born and raised here in the occupied West Bank, but he's never been able to live at this home because after he has been released from jail in 2006, he only spent 3 months before he was rearrested again. Now, later, after he has been released towards the end of 2009, he came here, he greeted people before he was deported outside of the occupied West Bank, where he lived his life in Turkey and lately in Lebanon. Palestinians say that they have no doubt as to who killed him, and they believe that this was an assassination. And if I can tell you what the mood here in the street, people believe that while Israel could not guarantee itself a victory in the besieged Gaza Strip, it went to the other way. It can show its people that it has landed a victory, which is assassinating a senior Hamas leader in Beirut. So this is the sentiment here amongst Palestinians. And we've heard indeed from the family of Saleh al-Arouri, from his sisters and his mother, saying that his blood is not more precious than those who are being killed in the besieged Gaza Strip, particularly children. And they said that this is the path that he took. He knew that this was going to be the end.
So we've seen these demonstrations across the occupied West Bank, but we've also seen ongoing Israeli raids as well.
Yes, Rob, those raids are becoming part of the Palestinians' routine, with Israeli forces raiding different cities, different towns and refugee camps. Now, in addition to the raids that have stopped, we have now an ongoing raid that is happening in the Nur Shams refugee camp that is near Tul Karim in the north of the occupied West Bank. Sporadically, we're seeing an exchange of fire between the Palestinian fighters and the Israeli forces, but in general there's a lot of destruction. There is a lot of a field arrests campaign that has been carried on by the Israeli forces. According to locals, 3 Palestinians have been injured. Now, also the Israeli forces have hit with a drone a car, but no one was in it, so no one has been targeted yet. Now, we know that the Israeli forces have been extensively raiding Nur Shams in particular because they believe that there are armed men there that they confront with the Israeli forces whenever they raid the area. So this is the main target. But many Palestinians would tell you that in other places, there isn't really a specific reason for the Israeli forces to go in, except for showing the Palestinians who has the ultimate control, who can control their lives, and who can really make their lives difficult if they were to do anything that would be seen by Israel as resisting its occupation.
Nida Ibrahim in Arura. Nida, thank you very much.